This is Chris Jackson. Chris, thank you so much for coming here to join us today and taking some time to talk about your history and your goals with your new Forex company.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, right on. So, Chris, let's start it right off here. How did you get started with trading and what drew you into Forex specifically?
Okay, so I started trading when I was 15. I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. At that time, my father was learning how to trade. So as soon as I finished school, I used to look over his shoulder and watch everything he was doing when he was getting his trainer there. And basically I got approached after he was learning. After about 3 weeks sitting beside him every day, he offered me to teach me everything he knows. So that was the beginning of the journey.
Wow, so it's a family business, okay.
Yeah.
And sorry, you mentioned Asperger's syndrome. How do you think that's affected your Forex trading?
I think it's been a benefit because with Asperger's syndrome, you can either take it as a blessing or you can take it as a sin. At the start, I struggled, but with trading, I'm hyper active with focusing. So wherever I put my mind to, and that's one of the good things with Asperger's syndrome, whatever we put our mind to, we always get to that point. And I think it's been a benefit, a blessing to have it, to be able to turn around and use it in the trading, which I do.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, using something that, maybe isn't a diagnosis for a child, and maybe something that would set them back specifically, you were able to turn that into an advantage for yourself, and congratulations, that's
Cheers.
Amazing. So let's talk about your company. What is Koala Forex? And, what it makes it unique compared to the other trading companies that are out there?
Koala Forex is an EA. So I developed the EA 5 years ago. Like I said, I've been trading since I was 15. I'm now 42.
Sorry, just for those of us that aren't, familiar with all the acronyms, what is an EA?
EA is automatic trading robot.
Okay.
That basically does 70% of the work. Don't get me wrong, there's ones out there that does 100, but this one basically works on 70%, and I do the other 30%, which I enjoy doing.
Okay. And so can you explain your approach and how that benefits other traders succeed?
So basically what it does, it was developed to turn around and help everyday people. So give people a passive income. Like being in Australia, seeing a lot of people not having the income that they need to have the life they want. And obviously people in the mining industry that are never home, males and females, the mothers, single mothers out there that don't have enough money to turn around and provide for the kids. What I developed the bot to do is basically help the everyday people.
Okay.
So basically give them a passive income where they can turn around and go on that extra week holiday a year, or buy the extra toy for the kids, or just be able to take their family out for dinner an extra day a week.
Okay. So your goal is to help people get into the Forex market without having to do any work?
Correct. So like I said, basically the bot runs 70%, I do the other 30%, but the main frame behind it is to be able to have someone that can get passive income without requiring minimal work.
Okay.
So basically I do everything with the bot, obviously, and that's how it's been formed.
Okay, I mean, that sounds amazing. How have you been able to be so successful? Like, what are some common mistakes that other traders make, and, how does Koala Forex help them avoid those types of pitfalls?
So basically a lot of people turn around and want to learn how to trade because you turn around and see the YouTube videos of people driving around in Porsches, etc., Lamborghinis,
yeah.
Got a 20-bedroom house and claim that they're traders. I'm not going to say that's not true, but basically what this does is just be able to change your life. There's no gimmicks to it. Like I said, I've been trading since I've been 15, so there's a lot of knowledge with me alone to be able to build what I've built.
So what is that, 10 years or?
Yeah, so what am I now? Well, it would be good 23, 24 years.
24 years, wow, looking good there, Chris, okay. And how does your experience as a trader shape those systems? Like you mentioned it's 70% the bot and 30% you. How has your experience been able to shape that bot to become so successful?
It's basically, like I said, when I first started, obviously you got your challenges. No one turns around and is able to trade straight away. I've got years of experience. Like, don't get me wrong, when I first started, I had my losses, I had my drawdowns, I had my blown accounts, but with the people that were behind me and the person that was educating me put me on it, focused me on. A lot of it was paper trading to start with. Like I wouldn't be able to put a live trade on for the first 6 months. It was all paper trading. Yes, it's boring, but it's got me to where I am today.
Okay. And, with all trading strategies, right, risk management is a big part of it. What is the risk management strategy at Koala Forex?
With Koala Forex, we turn around and have a maximum 7% drawdown on a 30-to-1 leverage account. Very minimal drawdowns. I don't want to make huge profits because with huge profits you have huge drawdowns. It's about making 3 to 6% a month, and that's basically the aim of it.
Huh. I mean, to hear someone talk about 3 to 6 months like not being huge profits, as your average novice investor, those numbers sound great.
Yeah, you look at everyday investments. Like a lot of people put their money in banks. What the bot does, and myself does in a month, is basically what the banks can give you in a year.
Just by actively managing through the bot that you programmed and then doing the live tweaks yourself.
Correct.
Okay. Regarding automated trading, right? We hear it everywhere, trading bots and AI. There's a lot of hype now coming around. But do you think that this is the future of Forex?
I think it will be the future in Forex. At the moment, I don't think that's 100% automated is the way to go. We're not there yet. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of EAs out there that turn around and claim that. But I think you still need to have a personal feel of what the bot's doing. You just can't turn around and leave a bot on. There are ones out there, and they may work, so I'm not going to turn around and say that there's not.
Sure.
But my personal opinion is that we're not 100% there for 100% automated bots.
Well, and I mean, that makes sense too, because on the other side of the coin, when you talk to people who are actively managing bots like you are too, they talk about how AI is great at learning from the past, but new trades are the future. So I admire your strategy, staying on top of the bot and not just leaving it on autoplay. So just in general, again about Forex, to step back, what's some advice you would give someone that's new to Forex trading?
To turn around and learn, be patient. It's like any profession. So say, for example, if you want to become a doctor, it's 6 years in university before you get to that point. So you've got to treat trading as a career. So you've got to turn around and have the right mentor, put the effort in, go to paper trading, learn the psychological side of trading, which is the big one, have your risk management under control, have a demo account, run it until you turn around and get a profit, and then continue on that for at least 6 months. Once you get to that stage where you're making money on a demo account, which I know it's frustrating because you're looking at all these numbers that you're making, but it's not really making money.
So a demo account sometimes is also referred to as paper trading.
Yeah, paper trading. Okay. So that's what my recommendation is. Turn around and learn it properly. Learn it as if it's a degree that you're getting. It's not just a 5-minute course and you're a trader. It takes time.
Okay. That leads into maybe a little bit into the next one too, but what's a big misconception people have about trading Forex for a living? Is it just that, you don't need to learn anything, you just get in there and start making money, or in your experience?
I think there's a lot of advertising out there that you can just turn around and they say that you can click a button and it does everything for you. But me personally, what I've seen, there's no such thing as a holy grail. I still recommend for people to actually know how to trade and not be 100% reliant on a bot.
Okay, and even if it's Koala Forex's bot, you think that it makes sense for them to learn as well?
Yes, I would recommend, because it's good to understand the logic behind Forex. Like I said, the bot runs 70%, I do the other 30%, so I'm continuously monitoring the bot.
Yeah, monitoring and learning as it goes.
Correct.
Okay. And then, as far as the company goes, right, Koala Forex, where do you see Koala Forex in the next 5 years?
5 years, I think it will continue going the way it is. Obviously, it expands. I get a lot of enjoyment out of getting phone calls, for example, saying, thanks, Chris, I've just been able to spend another week on holidays with my family due to the bot and your trading. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Like I turned around and got a phone call yesterday, one of the investors saying, my portfolio has been hit because of the stock market currently going down. And he wanted to talk about 10 minutes, and 10-minute conversation was just how thankful what the bot's done continuously to him, how it's changed his life and his family's.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, getting that positive feedback and seeing those results must feel really good. If someone's skeptical about automated trading, how would you convince them to give it a try?
With Koala Forex, we've got 4 years history. With me personally, I can turn around and show 4 years consistent history of it. with the gains that it's made. So all I can say is be careful which ones you go with, because not everyone is what they say. As for me, I've got proven record of what I can do.
Okay. I mean, that's really important, right? Like you said, there are a lot of options out there for people to try. So having a proven record, I think, is really important. And then, ultimately, when you're using a trading bot, it's a reciprocal relationship, right? You're sharing in some of the profits that you're giving to your customers. So I think another thing that people want to think about is who they're doing business with.
Correct.
And, and that leads us to our next section here, and talk about maybe your reasoning for doing all of this. I believe you have it named Project Freedom. Do you want to give us a little bit of an overview on what that is and how why that's important to you?
Yeah, so Project Freedom was developed many years ago. So I've always been the type of person that want to help as many people as I can. So with trading, it's given me the ability to be able to do so. Right. So for example, I spent a lot of years in Vanuatu. Years ago, they got hit by a cyclone. I flew over there before the cyclone hit. It was Category 5, so it did a lot of damage.
That's in the South Pacific, kind of close to where you're from?
Correct.
Yeah.
Beside Australia. So I flew over there straight away to help. Trading's given me the ability to do that. I did the same when the tidal wave hit Thailand, and years ago when I was living in the Dominican Republic, there was the earthquake in Haiti. So I jumped over there. Fast forward from there to now, so basically I've turned Project Freedom in the ability to turn around and better people's lives. So what I do is I scan individuals. It may be that they're doing university, that they're struggling with the costs of doing university. For example, if someone's studying to be a doctor, if I feel that they're fit to turn around and get help, financial help, what I do is I give them the ability to turn around and give them that help. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, if I get that particular person qualified, then they're going to go on as a doctor and help other people.
Yeah.
So you're not just helping one person.
Paying it forward.
They're paying it forward. Same thing if you turn around and come across people that are unfortunate. If it's their choice to be unfortunate, not to be rude, it's their choice. But if someone needs a help and you can give the right person a little bit of help, you can change people's lives. Like I spent a lot of time in South America. Perfect opportunity. You can help someone so little, but can make so much of an impact on their life.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been able to do, and I get great pleasure from doing that. It's just enjoyment to see people's lives changing. You can change people's lives literally with so little.
Wow. I mean, I can definitely feel the passion there. So would you say that, your automation and your experience, has given you the time to do more of what you feel like your real calling is, and that's helping people and getting out there?
Correct. I think everyone's got a purpose in life. I'm a great believer on that. I think that it takes a lot of time for some people to find out. Like for me, it took 35 years before I turned around and fully launched Project Freedom. But I see that as my purpose.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, you do have traders that turn around and want Ferraris, Lamborghinis, like what we spoke about before, or mansions. I want the basics. I get my enjoyment out of bettering people's lives. That's what makes me me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. No, that's amazing, Chris. That's I'm glad you've had your purpose and you still seem so young for all that experience. I guess because you started so young and left school to work with your dad there. So I'm really happy for you that you're at this point and you can follow your calling. So digging in a little deeper here, you pick people to provide them help. What kind of support do you provide? Like, how does that work?
What I tend to do is I scan them. Okay. With Asperger's syndrome, we watch everything. Like I said, that's one of the blessings. I turn around and watch everything. And then I get a gut feeling when you come across the right person. Go, okay, this person can turn around. You can do a little bit to basically change their life.
Okay.
So, like I said, that's my calling. That's my passion.
Okay. And so you're choosing these people personally through your travels?
Correct.
Okay, that's amazing. All right. Okay. And up until now, I guess you've been doing this for a long time, but I guess you've been preferring to keep your mission of helping people private, right? You've had investors and stuff for a long time, but now it's kind of coming out now alongside this new launch that's what the goal is and spreading it. Why was it kind of a secret before?
I think it was a secret before because I just had a number of people that I was helping, but I think now I've got the ability to help a lot more. I want to turn around and change a lot of things. I can't change the whole world, but if I can change a couple of people and a couple more next year, or 3 or 4 the following year, that's what I get my enjoyment out of. That's me.
Right on. Okay, well, it's very interesting to be, part of the journey now as it goes.
But it's got to be like I was saying. I'm very selective. It's got to be the right people. Like I want to be able, for the funds I give, to be able to change their lives. But people that are willing to turn around and have that mentality where my help will better it. I've very much scanned a lot of people because I don't want to do it to the wrong people. You've got to have the right personality to help. You've got to have that thrive, and all you need is someone to just give you a little bit of help and get that change in your life.
Okay, and then hopefully inspire them to do the same, right?
Correct.
Pay it forward, and the butterfly effect and all of that sort of thing.
Correct.
Start some cyclones, but less dangerous ones. Okay, cool. How has traveling influenced your approach to helping others? Aside from traveling to the devastation and areas of that sort of stuff, just, what about being a traveler in general?
I think being a traveller has actually helped me.
Yeah.
Like, I've been travelling for years. It's actually interesting. You go to a lot of countries and they have the bare minimum, but they're happy.
Yeah.
But that tends to be the countries that get smashed by natural disasters. But that's what I can say. Like, you turn around and travel to different countries. Like at the moment, I'm in South America. They're happy with what they got. I think a lot of countries in the world have forgotten to just be happy with what you got. It's about more, and greed.
Yeah, keeping up with the Joneses, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, so I enjoy going to a lot of poorer countries because that's where I find I can help a lot more people. Like I said, I can't save the world, but if I can change a few people and they pay it forward, then you've got a community, a group that's changing the way people are thinking.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's an exciting proposition to be at the start of it, the flywheel effect.
But don't get me wrong. I get people ask me, why don't you go out and buy a Ferrari? Well, the purpose of a Ferrari, it's a car. It gets you A to B, B to A. A normal car can get you to A to B. So instead of paying $200,000 or $300,000 for a car, why don't you buy one for $15,000 or less, which does the same job? It's just a waste of resources.
Well, I mean, a lot of people in this world are lucky they have that mentality, and they've already been able to benefit from Project Freedom here. So that's great. What are maybe some types of challenges that you face when you're trying to help people?
I think
aside from choosing them.
Yeah, I think the challenge is just trying to find the right person.
That's it?
Yeah.
Once you find the right person, you set it on autopilot with the bot and you're good to go?
Yeah. So at the moment, I've probably helped between 18 to 25 people.
Okay.
But the scanning, at the first, sometimes you scan wrong.
Yeah.
But then you turn around. I've got to that point now, I can get the gut feeling that they're the right person to help.
Right on.
And usually when you turn around and tell them that you're going to help them, you can tell that their emotional state, if they turn around, are happy and grateful, and then you can see that they're the right people to choose. So there's a lot of scanning. It's not just, okay, I met this person today, I'm going to help them tomorrow.
Yeah.
There tends to be a 2 or 3 week period where I might see them 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm scanning and going, okay, yep. I get to know them on a personal level, like, well, what do you do? Oh, I'm starting to do this.
Yeah.
So it's about having that connection, and once you know it's the right person, then I just get that gut feeling that this person is the one that...
Right on, trust in your gut. That's important for a good trader too, right? And then, so how do you balance running the training company with the humanitarian work? Are you setting like specific time blocks for yourself to do that? Or are you letting it all flow? Like, does it ever feel
basically
overwhelming? Because we're not running out of people that are in need, and we're also not running out of people that want to be successful in Forex, right?
Yeah. I find that I've got a good work balance with it. Don't get me wrong, it does take a lot of time.
Sure.
Like scanning of people I tend to do when markets are closed, so the weekend's basically the time that I scan.
Oh, okay. I mean, it is a 24/5 market, so we do have a couple days off, right?
So most of the time I'm turning around, I'm in front of the screens, monitoring the bot, keeping an eye on it, make sure I'm doing the right thing. And then the rest of the time I'm basically going around and see people that I can help, basically.
Right on. Okay. And then, what are your plans to expand Project Freedom in the future?
Project Freedom, I want to turn around and make it continue to go the way it's going.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it private.
Okay.
Private as in the selection of people. It's my enjoyment.
Sure.
So it will stay private.
Okay.
But the scanning of more people will happen. I want to turn around and help as many people. Because I'm a great believer is you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Life can be long sometimes, but life can be short. So while I'm on Earth, I want to turn around and be able to share that. So when the day that everything comes to an end, at least Project Freedom will continue. It's going to be, I'm inspiring other people to do exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to set up a system that it can live in perpetuity, beyond whatever.
Yeah, basically leave a legacy.
Okay. Okay, great. And I guess my last one is here is, what message would you like to share with people who want to make a difference in the world and they don't know where to start?
I think the best place to start is go back to the basics. Just be happy with what you got. A phone's a phone at the end of the day, a car's a car at the end of the day, and a house is a house. I know there's people out there that disagree. Just be happy with what you got. I think we're under that much pressure at the moment, especially kids with social media, saying that they want better phones. Like in Australia, for example, you're seeing 15-year-olds walk around with $2,000, $3,000 phones.
Yeah.
When does it stop? You come to these poor countries and they're kicking around a half-deflated soccer ball and having more fun instead of having their head glued into a video game or glued into a phone.
Yeah.
So what I say to people, to go on the same track as me, just go back to the basics.
Go back to the basics.
Go back to the basics, be happy with what you got. If you see someone that needs help, and you can give them help, and I'm not saying financial help, even support, just take that time. We're starting to lose that as people, I believe. So that's my advice.
Yeah.
It's just go back to the basics, be able to help people, have that community. We don't have the community like we used to.
Yeah.
I remember in Australia we used to always go to someone's house and have a barbecue when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Now everyone's that busy,
me too.
you forget. You see your family once a year for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, I travel a lot too. I can be guilty of that. But the community is very important. That's a really strong message. So, everyone can resonate with. Forex trading in Koala Forex, and we understand the mission behind the company and behind the man with Project Freedom. To wrap things up, could you just give us an idea of how people can get on board and be involved with Koala Forex and be involved with Project Freedom alongside you and benefit themselves through the bot and through the charitable work that gets done with the profit sharing?
Yep. So it's pretty easy with Koala Forex. So I've set it up in a way that it turns around, and to turn around and jump on board, it's easy. It's an easy step. So what you turn around is put a message on the website, agent will call you. I'll just sum it up at four points.
Okay.
So the account stays under the investor. So say if you turn around and invest in Koala Forex, so open up a Forex account. First thing you got to do is open an account with a broker.
Okay.
After talking to the agent.
Okay.
When you turn around and open an account, we do not have access to any of your funds. So you keep the funds.
Okay.
All we do around is at the end of the month is give you an invoice.
Okay.
You don't need to do anything, and I do the rest with the bot.
Okay. Okay, so just to get a little understanding with that, so with these bots, someone has to go to their own brokerage, open up their own brokerage account. Your agents can help them with that, of course.
Correct.
And then they put their hand up and say, okay, this bot is allowed to trade for me, but this is their account.
Correct.
And their funds are theirs, and they just watch the bot do it, and they can just sit back.
Correct.
And be part of this amazing mission. And then at the end of the month, they get an invoice you mentioned. And is this a flat monthly fee, or how do they have to pay?
It's a percentage of the profits.
Okay, and what is the percentage of the profits?
20%.
Okay, so if the bot doesn't make any money, they pay nothing.
Correct.
And if they make money, they remit 20% of that to you. That can go to your business and your Project Freedom.
Yep. So like I was saying before, so on the 31 leverage, you make 3 to 6% a month.
Okay.
That's what's made consistently for the last 4 years.
Okay, 4 years.
4 years.
Every month.
Correct.
Okay, and what happens if there's a losing month?
A losing month, it's never had a losing month. In 4 years, it's never had.
Wow, and that's because you just keep the risk levels really low. You're able
Correct. So it's about having small gains, but with extra small losses. So you never have a losing month.
Okay.
It's never had a losing month. in 4 years. But like I said, a lot of the difference we are to other companies is you have full control. Okay. The only one that can be affected is if I give you an invoice and I don't get paid. The account stays solely under your name.
That is very interesting and seems a lot different than other investment strategies where you have to pay for the bot or pay some sort of fee regardless of how you're in there. They would essentially get a month of trading and then not pay you back, and then you would turn their bot off. But again, there's no recourse there other than they wouldn't be able to continue to benefit from it. Is that
correct?
Amazing. Okay, well, you heard that, guys. Go down to the website for Koala Forex and reach out, get an advisor to reach out to you and see how you can join the mission here. And thanks again for your time, Chris. We really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Chris
Mike.
Jackson here. Let's change the world together.
Cheers, man.